Ladies and gentlemen, the Annamalai missing link. What are we really talking about? There was a high-profile meeting of BJP netas in Tamil Nadu. This was led by B.L. Santosh, and you did not have Annamalai present despite an invite extended to him. He did not, in fact, he skipped this meeting, but after that, he was headed to the RSS event. What must one make out of this? K. Annamalai's decision to step away from active election duties has raised more questions than answers in Tamil Nadu politics. While the former BJP state president has cited his father's ill health, the timing just ahead of a crucial election cycle has raised questions within political circles. Is this purely personal, or does it reflect deeper churn within BJP's Tamil Nadu unit? Former Tamil Nadu BJP President K. Annamalai has stepped down as election in charge for 6 assembly constituencies. He said his father, who is undergoing dialysis, needs constant care, and that he has informed the party leadership, including Tamil Nadu BJP President Nayanar Nagendran, of his inability to travel for campaign work. Well, before we proceed any further, we really wish and hope that Annamalai's father gets well soon and gets well fast. But coming back to the politics of it all, Annamalai has asked the party to reassign the 6 constituencies that he was made in charge of to someone else. He clarified that while he's stepping back from travel, he remains available to support the party in other roles. However, the exit move cannot be seen in isolation. He has missed a very important meet despite an invite being given out to him, and he instead headed out to an RSS event, which was to be held after this key BJP leaders event. Meanwhile, Annamalai was absent, as we said, from the big party. Tamil Nadu BJP President Nayanar Nagendran chaired the party's election committee meeting at Kamalayaman, where leaders reviewed preparations for the 2026 assembly elections. In recent months, Annamalai's role has been scaled down from a statewide face of the BJP to one among several election in charges, responsible for just 6 seats. For a leader who projected himself as a mass statewide figure, this appears to have caused unease. Another flashpoint could be Singanallur, an AIADMK stronghold, where Annamalai said he would not even campaign. The BJP, mindful of the alliance sensitivities after the 2024 AIADMK split, chose not to push the issue. While Annamalai insists his decision is personal, the timing continues to invite political scrutiny. A former IPS officer with a strong youth appeal, or so at least the party hoped, and was quite visible from what was his initial days of the Padyatra, Annamalai is credited to have reshaped the BJP's political style in Tamil Nadu. As the state heads into critical election phase, his absence from the campaign trail could impact the party well beyond just 6 constituencies. At least that's something that the DMK is claiming and hoping. I'm being joined by Salem Dharnidharan, who's a spokesperson for DMK, Kovai Satyan, who's a national spokesperson for AIADMK. I'm also being joined by Kalyan Raman, who's a senior leader with the BJP. Thank you very much, all 3 of you, for joining me. Well, ideally, in this case, Kalyan Raman, straight first to you. What's happening? What happened? What just happened today? I mean, he was the man to go for all seasons. Annamalai was BJP's man. He was the star of all times for BJP from that Padyatra, which made headlines after headlines, which BJP did not stop speaking of, including Prime Minister Modi and all the top guns. And now he has skipped the crucial meeting despite an invite by the BJP, instead decides to go to the RSS event. So it's not even the unfortunate ill health of his father, because he's clearly making his way for the RSS meeting. What's happening, sir?
First of all, you must understand one big point, that BJP is an ideologically driven party rather than the individual-centric party. So here we have to concede and accept some individual taking a decision like Annamalai, that he wants to have a private moment for his father's health. And that is to be taken into consideration and leave him at that. And And coming to the question of whether it will have
Sir,
impact
sir,
and
sir,
all.
sir, listen, nobody is questioning that he needs to take care of his father. Right now, my question is very simple. He has skipped a very crucial BJP meeting despite an event in Tamil Nadu, which is going into elections, but he's going for an RSS event. So it's not really his father's health that we're talking about here.
He is sitting 2,500 kilometers away. People sitting in Delhi will not understand how Tamil Nadu revolves around. This is a big problem. Okay. Annamalai has made huge commitments for himself for the next few months to come also, as he used to have. So, having attended some of those programs, he might have gone for another meeting, which is his prerogative rather. So we shouldn't be going too deep into the subject. I'm finding my good friend Salem Dharnidharan out smiles. I don't know why. Maybe he'll be in a position to better explain than me
Okay.
as to what they gain out of the so-called absence of Annamalai in the whole thing.
No, but here's
I think you should raise the question to
I
Dharnidharan
will go to him as
as
well.
to
But
why
here's the
he
thing.
is all
You know,
smiles.
Kalyan Raman, I don't know what you meant by those sitting in Delhi will not understand because clearly I'm sitting in Delhi. But I must let you know, in case you don't, I have covered Tamil Nadu politics very closely from the ground. Tamil
You
Nadu
don't
and
cover as
Kerala.
much as I cover.
No, for sure, for
Correct?
sure. And this
No?
isn't about you and
For
me.
us
This
it
is
is
about
for us it
optics.
is
This is
bread and
about
butter.
what
It is like
voters
our
say.
palm.
So for sure,
It
sir,
is
I
like
am
we know
in
in
no
our
way
palm.
comparing, but
What
I'm
is
just
something you may
responding to
not
a
know?
jibe and a dig that you took at me. But it's over to you, Salem Dhanidharan. What do you really make out of what's happening? Is this good news for you?
He appears to be having good time. He's all smiles. I am observing him ever
Okay,
since you
let him
started
let him
the
respond.
discussion.
Let him respond.
So I am happy because Kalyan Raman is also smiling and blushing. Normally in debates, we are seeing the other side of Kalyan Raman where he's very angry and we are in a very nasty fight. But today he's also happy. So I'm happy for my friend that he's happy. So the friend is happy, then I'm also happy because he seems to be all happy and smiling today compared to his compared to his normal self. So, but see that apart, there's a BJP's internal matter. Who am I to comment on why Annamalai didn't attend the state level meeting and why you went to RSS meeting? How is it that I have to be bothered about that? I think that's for his party to decide if it was right or if it was wrong, and so on and so forth. But anyways, see, as I said, Annamalai is never really a factor in Tamil Nadu politics. Maybe in Delhi, people did think that he was a factor, but in Tamil Nadu, he was not really a factor. I think for any party,
So
it is
are
the
you then saying that BJP is rewiring its strategy for what many in Tamil Nadu have claimed to be a lack of understanding on the ground? They realize Annamalai cost is too expensive to be bearing in terms of what may be a trade-off or a bargaining factor with AIADMK. So has he been dropped as a hot potato?
I think that maybe when a party is not organized and they're clueless and they try to make a lot of changes. A party that keeps winning will have the winning combination going. Party that keeps losing will keep changing the combination. I think that is what that has been happening here, right? So I don't read much into this, but anyways, it only shows that the opposition is in a disarray where the supposed face, right, has been left out or has not been actively participating in the election campaign this time. So it shows that they are in the disarray. If you look at 2024 election, he was the face of it. Even the previous president, L. Murugan, was made a Union Minister of State, and then Annamalai was brought in. And then the 24, he was the face. It was supposed to be the face of the 26 election also. When he's not now the face, not even participating in local meetings, it clearly shows that something is not right in the opposition camp. But
Okay,
anyways,
if I can just get in Kovai Satyam at this point. Kovai Satyam, something is not right in the opposition camp is what DMK is claiming. Is this about AIADMK?
Change of guard and change of roles and responsibilities is not new in any political party.
Sure.
That's an ongoing exercise. And to view it with the spectrum of lens, and I'm not in the position to comment about what's happening in BJP and what's happening with Annamalai, because that is their inter-party affairs. But what is more surprising is a spokesperson of DMK, rather than drawing the Lakshman Rekha, trying to see this as a disarray in opposition, clearly shows their pathetic plight of trying to get some narrative to face them in the media. What is the status of their ally with Congress? Today, Congress said it's been 35 days since we have formed a committee for the seat sharing discussion, and there is no response from the DMK. Deputy General Secretary, the sister of MK Stalin, Kanimuli, flew all the way to Delhi and tried to convince the Congress for the upcoming alliance. We already completed a rally with all the alliance party leaders on the dais, and we have hit the ground and we have started to work. Wherein DMK is scrambling to see who is there in the alliance party and what would be the narrative way forward. Who is in a disarray here? Is it AIADMK led alliance or DMK led alliance? They have fallen long back.
I will get Salem
sinking faster.
Dharnidharan on it, because we actually are going to be discussing this as well. We knew that this is something that the BJP is going to be raising. But listen, at the end of the day, for AIADMK, with what's happening with Annamalai, you may say it's a BJP's internal matter. But politically, is this a flex point for AIADMK? Because that constituency was definitely a big concern. And it was Annamalai himself who went on to say that he would not go into that constituency and campaign. He refused it outrightly. That's not something that Annamalai has done ever in the past. And BJP chose not to push that further because they realized the election arithmetic may be very important and far more important than what Annamalai is or may stand for. Kovai Satyan, very quickly, and then I would want a response to Kalyan Raman before I go to Salem Dharnidharan to counter what you're saying.
AIADMK, as a strong regional party, has a well-oiled organization structure and it's a well-oiled political machinery. So does BJP. So you certainly can't pick out individuals to decide on the course of action for the party. The ideology and the leadership drives it. As far as changes command is concerned, Nainar Nagendran is the seasoned leader and he understands the dynamics of politics, and BJP is a well-oiled machinery. They understand the roles and responsibilities clearer than anybody. So I don't see these are setbacks for anything to come in the upcoming elections. This could be some talk point for media for a few minutes or few hours, but this is not a talking point for a common man here in Tamil Nadu.
That's interesting that you're saying that, because I think a lot of people are talking about it specifically because those padyatras were not only about BJP leadership, it was also about a lot of youth bandwagons and jargons that were being used, about an appeal that was being spoken of by the party, claims to making inroads into Tamil Nadu in a way that they did in terms of the vote share at least. Kalyan Banerjee, your last response before we shift track to get Salem Dharnidharan to respond to what Kovai has said and many within the BJP and ND are saying.
I straight away go in line with what Kovai Satyan had said, that individuals don't matter for the party. The party is driven by ideology and a well-oiled machinery. It is one of the highest cadre-based party that we have in the whole country. So, Nainar Nagendranji had taken over, and as was mentioned by Kovai Satyan, highly seasoned person, a former minister who was with the AIADMK itself. And in the presence of Nainar Nagendran as president of the party, the equations with the AIADMK has improved a lot, which everybody knows in
coming to the point.
Allow me to complete. Allow me to complete.
Sure.
Allow me to complete. It's a very important point I am raising.
Absolutely.
The whatever the frictions what was being shown earlier, way back in 2014, 24, and so on, is all thrashed out, and it's a well-oiled machinery today. The Prime Minister having come, things have gone in a very progressive manner today between the BJP and the AIADMK, along with the rest of the alliance partners. And more alliance partners are expected to be on board. That is the given situation.
Kalyan Raman, I mean, firstly, apologies. I think in the earlier instance, I did call you Kalyan Banerjee by mistake. But Kalyan Raman, here's the big question. Are you then agreeing to Annamalai being dropped as a hot potato for the reframing of alliance with AIADMK that BJP failed to do last time? Is that the point?
These are all terminologies being
but
used
you're not
by
disagreeing.
the Delhi journalists. Okay, these things don't really matter in the ground. This is the reality. We have to look at the reality. The reality is that people are looking for an alternative to DMK, which is in disarray actually.
And you realize that BJP alone cannot flag post this. You do need an alliance, a local partner, a regional partner like the AIADMK.
You are not letting me complete.
Sure, go ahead, sir.
You are not letting me complete. Okay. People are looking for a change now in the presence of huge anti-incumbency against the DMK. And the ADMK BJP alliance is the best alternative available in Tamil Nadu. Here, individuals don't matter. Individuals come and go. The ideology and the party remains. That is what happens in AIADMK also. That is what happens in BJP also.
Okay.
ADMK was led by MGR ji, then Jayalalitha ji, now Edapadi, Palnichami, Avargal. So that is an
All right.
ongoing
Okay.
thing.